West, Upper East Side. Heard about me, it's all lies. If you want good, change your mind, yeah. Don't want to intimidate, but more than just conversate. Don't want it to be too late, yeah. Know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite. You've been getting on my good side, and it's something that I can't hide, yeah. When I'm with you, I'm tongue-tied. I know you're not that dramatic, but I'm out of you, I'm an addict. I can't get enough, and I know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite. Before the party's over, won't you come a little closer, closer? We're looking at each other, feeling drunk but we're sober. Won't you come a little closer, closer?
What is up, United Rogue? We've got a long night of United Rogue Rocket League ready for you guys. 3 matchups. We'll go over to the schedule briefly and show you guys what is coming up. First up on the night, a Macaroni League matchup between the Pittsburgh Phantoms and the Cleveland Cards. Shortly after, the Santa Fe Kings taking on San Antonio, and then Phoenix taking on San Francisco in a Fettuccine League matchup to end out the night. Right as we were getting ready to join this lobby, and actually, before I even do this, I'm Anderson, joined alongside by Cream tonight. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Ready to cast a match in my league. and I know these two teams really well.
Yeah, and we'll do a more proper introduction here shortly. I guess someone decided to join up prematurely, so let me get lobby recreated. And then we will move on from there.
Oh, there they are.
All right, yep. Everybody joining in now. Hopefully nobody prematurely joins in again. So, again, sorry for the delay, y'all. But again, I'm Anderson, joined by Cream tonight, who again is much more familiar with the macaroni side of United Rogues. So, Cream, what can you tell us about these two sides, and what can we expect tonight?
Currently in the standings, Pittsburgh's number 7, 25 points, and they have a 6-3 record, while Cleveland Cards, they're 9th with 23 points, and they have a 6-4 record. And currently, so far, the Eastern Conference pretty competitive. Every chance has a team to make playoffs, even the 0-10 New England Valhalla, because if they win 5 and Jersey doesn't win, then they can make their division lead. But there are 7 teams within the 20 to 30 point range, and Cleveland's just right outside the wild cards, and Pittsburgh's pretty close to the edge. So this game is pretty important for any team.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one plays out again, with Cleveland potentially being able to take out a victory tonight, sitting at 23 points, and Pittsburgh sitting at 25. That might be just enough to drop them out of the wild card spot and then down back into the hunt. So we won't make you guys wait any longer. Both teams have been given the go-ahead to be able to join up, and we will get started here in just the next couple seconds. Again, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland Macaroni League, and the first game of the night has begun. Pittsburgh will take possession first, as Bowsey's going to put that one quickly off the crossbar. Now Quentin going to try to possess momentarily this one over to Bowsey. Quentin again able to clear that one out and sent back over the mid line. Bit of a push now. That one's going to slide just into the far post. And Cleveland on the board first.
Matt Ender and Solar both get caught lacking by Kovalchuk, as Kovalchuk slides that one in. Bottom left, easy for him, and Cleveland will open up first. This is kickoff goes on. Kovalchuk trying to get another. Matt Anders there for the save though. Points in, back to Solar, and now Dako. Speaking of Dako, Dako's actually number 1 in assists currently in Macaroni League, and he is a top 10 in 2 other stats, maybe 3. I might be wrong. Same with Bowser, he's top 10 in 4 stats. This could be a showdown of the 150 Giants, Bowser and Dako. Solar. Dako trying to get it off the backboard. Maybe a double tap. There it is! Dako gonna score that one nice and clean.
Dako says, assist what? I don't need an assist. I'll take care of this one myself, with a beautiful read off of that backboard and then in. And just like that, Cleveland with an early but comfortable 2-0 lead. Now Bowsy's going to be able to put that one on Dako. Just able to slap that off the bottom of the crossbar and then back out Kovalchuk. That one will end up back to Bowsy as well, as this one's just going to bounce around the midfield for a minute. Kovalchuk again to Bowsy. Now Bowsy trying to follow it up. That one off and then all the way back up to the ceiling. Kovalchuk not able to put much on it. As it'll then slide over to the side wall. Bowsy looking for the flip reset, I believe there. Maybe even got it, just didn't get a whole lot of power on the follow-up shot. Pittsburgh still trying to find that opening goal. Matt Ander trying to push and get a lucky 50 there, but is unable. Now the pressure for Cleveland again. Pretty relentless on this Cleveland side so far. It's Pittsburgh's able to hold them off for the time being. But as we approach the halfway mark of this game one, see what adjustments, if any, Pittsburgh can make. Just still looking for that first goal. Kovalchuk again, a bit of just a pop-up going back to the goal. Bowsy is able to clear that off. Panic in front of the Pittsburgh end, cleared out by Kovalchuk, and this ball is still not able to cross the line. On either side, just feeling like the ball was sitting there for hours. And even the clear out again by Kovalchuk was not able to be enough to be able to put that one in the back of the net. Now Solar has an opportunity, trying to get it over the Cleveland defense, but again is unable. Just some big booming clears here right now, trying to open up the field a little bit if you're Pittsburgh. That Cleveland defense being everything that it needs to be to keep this shutout intact as we approach the 1 minute mark.
Matt Ander. 0 boost, and currently Cleveland has another opportunity, but no one's there for the shot. Bowsy is sent up, back down. Matt Ander to Dako. Dako, 36 boost. Little awkwardness in the corner, but a quick recovery from Pittsburgh. This one just might go in. Matt Ander, oh, that was a off the post. But still no goal, and time is running out. This could turn into a 3-goal lead with Dako scoring his second of this game.
Yeah, and the missed opportunity by Matt Ander proving to be costly as Cleveland's able to come back on the other side of the field with their own counterattack and stretch this one to a 3-0 Cleveland lead. And again, Bowsy just not able to slot that one in with the open net. Would likely have been too little too late at this point, but with Pittsburgh still looking for that first goal, would have been nice to at least have it on the board. Can do a lot to a team mentally going into game 2, having not scored after a full 5 minutes of Rocket League. And that's exactly how this one will end. Cleveland is going to take game 1 comfortably away from Pittsburgh. Dako, your MVP with 510 points on the board, shooting 50% with 2 goals on 4 shots. Demo's not really a storyline so far in this game. Another thing that stands out is Bowsy's 7 shots on goal. An interesting thing though, Cream, is 8 total shots, but only 4 of those were actually considered to be saves for Cleveland. So a lot of these are, Pittsburgh at least is just getting very close to putting the ball on net, and about half the time it seems slapping the crossbar or the post.
Yeah, currently the shots right now, they're pretty close. The only thing Cleveland's got is the aim, because they put three in of the 9 shots, while Pittsburgh couldn't get any of their shots in the net. Both teams are looking pretty fine right now. It's just kind of Pittsburgh just really needs that first goal. They might need to change their game plan a little bit, try and find each other more, and make those shots just slide in, maybe confuse that defense. But apparently, Pittsburgh's currently not doing too bad right now. Matt Ander currently trying to send something. Dako, he's up there. That can kind of look scary for Pittsburgh, but what looks scarier is this goal by Kovalchuk.
Yeah, a nightmare start for Pittsburgh, wanting to come out and ideally score an early goal and start to shift that momentum back to their side, and the exact opposite happens as Cleveland has their first goal of the game, and immediately after has a rocket of a shot that's going to be saved away by Bowsy. See what develops of this Pittsburgh team. Not playing poorly by any means at all, just needs to take advantage of those opportunities as they present themselves, take advantage of any mistake that this Cleveland side might give them. So now Quentin's up and going to send that off the back wall. This one will roll straight down. Bowsy plays it slow, is able to get by one, and then gets cleared out by the other. Matt has the next one to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk across the midfield and back, able to put that one off the crossbar. In reality, that was always going to be wide of that post, just a difficult angle to get to. All the way back down to the corner. Cleveland with a big 50. No one there to clean up, though, as their rotation's already on the way back. Dako gonna make it 2-0 for Cleveland, and up to this point, 5 unanswered goals for the Cleveland Cards, and Pittsburgh with their backs against the wall, just trying to make anything happen right now. I mean, Cream, being familiar with, Macaroni League and these two sides, did you see it being this one-sided? I mean, I know that we're still early, but I feel like, at least given the records by these teams, this isn't what Pittsburgh, not what we would have expected coming from Pittsburgh.
Early a game and almost half a game, but mark me wrong, this is Pittsburgh's first goal now, and they finally got it. So we're getting a nice dunk pass to Matt Ander. And Pittsburgh really needed this one. They were bleeding out for nearly a game and a half. No goals yet, 5 unanswered from Cleveland. But Pittsburgh, they finally got that one goal they truly needed. Now, Matt Ander, sending it to the corner. Matt Ander's still there. Matt Ander, he looked a bit crazy over there. A bump from Matt Ander as well. Matt Ander's making start playing right now. Currently going to Bowsy. Now Quentin to the corner. Matt Ander. No one's there for a pass. Solo.
Oh, unfortunate there.
If Pittsburgh wants to come back, they're going to need to find each other more. That's what I'm seeing them lack of compared to Cleveland. Is that they are found, but this one's going to tie up the game. There we go. It's over to Bowsy. Solar, a great pass from Solar. And Kovalchuk, a little bit stuck on the back end. He went up too far from the net, and that one will tie up the game. Good for Pittsburgh.
Solar just keeping that pressure on, and lucky for Pittsburgh, ball ends up right in front of the net. And I mean, granted, that ball was a lot more free than the other missed opportunities that we saw Pittsburgh experience back in game 1. However, those are the types of things that you just can't miss if you want to keep yourself in the game, and Bowsy able to take advantage of that one. Now, with a tied up game, a little bit of the momentum shifting back in favor of Pittsburgh. A little more energy back in the comms, I imagine, as well, which can be an absolute killer if that's not there. Cleveland going for some bumps on this Pittsburgh side, trying to keep the pressure on Matt Ander. Not able to clear it out. Now there's no one back in the net for Pittsburgh, and Dako smells blood and is going to make this one 3-2. Just a minute and 21 seconds left to go.
Number 4 for Dako in this series. He currently has 2 goals per game in this series. And Dako, looking really strong. He's going to get his goal. His goal is up quite a bit. But wait.
Solar!
Oh my goodness. He was so fast that his name is kind of confused me over there, but Solar, that was insane from him. The 145 beast tying up the game once again. Pittsburgh still has life in this game number 2.
Yeah, some really nice reads off the backboard to put some goals away so far in this series, and Solar wants to add his name to the list. And if you are Pittsburgh, that's an absolute dagger to your heart. There's just no way to know that that's coming, to position for it, to be ready for that. Now they find themselves with less than a minute to go, and Cleveland again up by 1 goal. The ball's just going to sit at the midfield again for what feels like forever. Bowsy going to send that one up, has the read. Going to send it wide. All 3 cards hanging out together in one group is going to give an opportunity for Pittsburgh. Bowsy will continue to follow. A big miss by Solar is going to leave a pretty wide open goal for Cleveland rather. And Quentin should have no problem at all slotting that one home, and Pittsburgh now watching game 2 slip away a little bit. Not impossible to come back in the last 29 seconds here, but certainly not the position you want to be in.
Looking at the shots, Cleveland has 11 compared to Pittsburgh's 3. Which Cleveland's just been dominating in terms of offensive possession. It seems that Pittsburgh needs to try and overtake that possession. But currently, it's not looking good too far. A good demo from Matt Ander and Bowsy. He'll just set them back into the offensive position. Pittsburgh trying to get that one in with the ball coming back to their side. It's unlikely. Cleveland will take game number 2.
Yeah, Cleveland having no problem just letting that one die in the back corner there. Now, you made a really interesting point, which is the complete opposite of the issue that Pittsburgh had last game. So before, they had 8 shots on goal and the other team having only 4 saves as they were shut out. So only actually putting the ball on frame 50% of the time. Now having 5 shots, and they actually scored 3 of them. Cleveland only having a single save the entire game that comes by way of Quentin, but still not able to keep the ball from going in the back of the net 5 times for Cleveland. So they fixed one problem and seems to have run into another. And now, with their backs against the wall, 2 games down in a best of 5, we'll see if they can keep this series alive or if Cleveland will run away with the clean sweep.
If you're Pittsburgh, you cannot get swept at this point, because if you do, you might fall back into the position that Cleveland currently is right now, outside of the wild card. And especially being what used to be the number 1 team power rank back in week 1 or 2, I believe. You gotta try and get those games won. Try try your best to just not let Quinton score this one, but Solar, it's a great save, but currently Cleveland's on the attack once again. Their offensive possession is just going nuts once again. Seems if you look at it, Cleveland has the ball much more than Pittsburgh. Even though Pittsburgh made this close last game, Cleveland still managed to get that win.
Something else that Pittsburgh has experienced in both games 1 and 2 is having to play from behind after an early Cleveland goal. For the first time so far, we're into the first minute, or beyond the first minute, and Cleveland still isn't on the board, so I wouldn't call this the ideal start for Pittsburgh. Really, they want to score that first goal early, but at the very least, they've kept Cleveland out of the back of the net for the time being. They're giving themselves a little bit of life. Because that first goal, if they do give it up, will likely be pretty deflating. If we had the ability to hear the comms on the Pittsburgh side.
I thought that one was going in by Dayco. That one just came out of nowhere while I was spectating. Anyways.
And that certainly would have been the one to do it. Just going back to absolutely deflating goals. If Dayco would have connected on that one, I don't know if Pittsburgh would have been able to, recover from it mentally. And Dayco, as we talk about him, it wasn't as flashy as the first one, but it counts just the same. And for the third game in a row, Cleveland is up 1-0. And we all saw how games 1 and 2 went.
Now Pittsburgh, you don't want to be down 2, so that one goal to tie up the game is crucial to keep yourself alive in the series. Dayco just running all over Pittsburgh right now. And Pittsburgh currently needs to try and find that one goal. What a great double by Solar. Can this one go in? Yes, it can. Bowsy gets that game-tying goal. A beautiful demo by Solar. Matt Ander, backward pass. Bowsy straight in the net. That's what we like to see from Pittsburgh. And they really needed this goal, Anderson.
They absolutely did. And with right at the halfway mark, we're tied up, and we've just got a normal shortened game of Rocket League to go here. Cleveland gonna follow this up. Dayco sends all the way down. Gonna try to continue as he'll read that off the wall, and that it slips by Matt Anders. Solar, though, backing him up well. Bowsy will send that all the way down, but that'll go to Matt Ander. Now the race is on. Pittsburgh should be able to get to that one. The 50s won by Dayco, and a huge save by Bowsy. The pressure building up in this one, especially if you're Pittsburgh. Cleveland feeling comfortable, you have to imagine. As Quinton now will send that one over to the side. Dayco is up, has the opportunity. Bit of a tough angle, and plenty of Pittsburgh defenders in the way. Is still able to get a touch on it, though, as now this one will go over to the side wall. Kovalchuk, the next to touch. That'll go down to Bowsy, who's going to keep it in the Cleveland end, at least momentarily. And now it's open for Solar, and Pittsburgh, down but not out, finds himself with a narrow lead with just 1 minute and 22 seconds to go.
This is Pittsburgh's first lead in the series, and it's really nice to see Pittsburgh finally having that lead, but can they keep it is the question, as currently Cleveland is just outnumbering Pittsburgh in shots once again, 7-3, but currently Pittsburgh's looking good on the offense, as the ball's still on Cleveland's side. Bowsy sending it to the mid, Kovalchuk low on boost, back to his teammate, now Solar on the wall. So take this carefully. Oh, gets past one, almost past two. Quinton, what a great beat from Matt Ander. Dayco is a little bit off. Can he save this one? Yes, he can. Solar to the mid. Quinton, that wing Bowsy to lighten up the offense from Pittsburgh just a little bit. Now now Cleveland shift the offense towards them. Quinton looking to slide one in. 30 seconds left. Bowsy on the attack now. Dayco, his second save. Kovalchuk. Quinton's there, and that would look pretty scary for Pittsburgh, but Bowsy looking for his second of this game, and Kovalchuk, he's just right there. And currently, if you're Pittsburgh, you're looking pretty fine, but you gotta watch out for those as Dayco. It's a screamer, a pretty unexpected one on the Pittsburgh net. Now 5 seconds, Dayco, his last chance before it goes into 0-second territory. Pittsburgh get the game 3, and oh boy, did they really need it, Anderson.
Yeah, nice response by Pittsburgh. Indeed, shot still well in favor of Cleveland, but Pittsburgh making the most of it. Also putting on a bit of a defensive clinic as well. 5 saves, almost, or, pretty equally spread across the Pittsburgh side. Something that we haven't talked a whole lot about just yet are the advanced statistics here at the bottom, showing ball possession, even though at times, especially in the earlier games, felt like Cleveland had all of the ball possession and all of the field domination, but really these stats show that that's a bit closer than it feels like on the field, only with a slight advantage in field domination. Pittsburgh definitely seeming as if they've settled in. We'll see if they're able to continue as we enter Game 4. At this point, Cleveland, it's certainly not the way you want to think about it, but has guaranteed themselves at least 1 point in the series. Pittsburgh could do the same if they're able to force a Game 5 by winning Game 4 here. But obviously, that's not where they would want to end this. They'd want to finish this out and take all 4 points, and Bowsy's going to try as much as he can to make that happen. Pittsburgh had their first goal, or first lead of the series rather, back in Game 3 in the last game, and now for the first time they're the first to score in a game.
Now Pittsburgh, this is their third unanswered goal, looking really good for them. This game number 4. Currently though, they're 2 shots above Cleveland, and their offense is looking pretty good. They have the ball more often now. Currently though, Quinton always looking for something dangerous. Kovalchuk trying to get a double, no he can't. Now Matt Andrews on the ball. Dayco. Kovalchuk stops Pittsburgh attacker. And now Bowser sending it to Matt Ander. Good passing play, but not enough to get past Quinton. Solar bringing it away. He's gonna go for that corner, but it's easily taken. They knew what they were doing, but they could would have shot by him. And now Quinton back to Kovalchuk. Now that ball is just going back and forth. 2 shots of team. And now Matt Ander over to the backboard. Kovalchuk, Quinton. A ball is just going back and forth in the field. Could it be a 2-goal lead? Yes, it can. Matt Ander get a great goal off a pass of Bowsy.
Yeah, well done by Pittsburgh there, following up, and now with their largest lead of the series, really trying to push this one into Game 5. Still a lot of time left here, but definitely. Did they have a 3-goal lead?
No, they didn't. I was just saying.
Oh, could they get it now? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, after watching Cleveland score the 5 unanswered at the beginning of the series, and now Pittsburgh trying to do something similar, and they do have a 3-goal lead. They have scored 5 unanswered. And the momentum, I mean, everything in this series has just done a complete 180, as now Pittsburgh, even though being down 1 game, seems to have everything that they need to push this into a Game 5.
I can smell that match point anxiety from Cleveland so far. They were at I believe it was a 1-goal lead in game number 3 when they were up 2 in the series. Now Pittsburgh just drastically shifted the game so far, and now they're on track to tie up the series 2-2, and this could be goal number 4 for Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh, Solar.
And they're just running all over Cleveland right now.
Yeah, Cleveland with no one back. I'll be honest, I missed it, but what appears to be a bit of a defensive breakdown on the Cleveland side, and half of the game gone, so obviously the other half remaining, but 4 goals, and they might respond with one there. They will. Kovalchuk able to finally stop the bit of the bleeding and put Cleveland on the board. See if that'll start the comeback for Cleveland in game 4, or if it's too little too late.
I've seen crazier things happen in Rocket League. It could happen just as long as Cleveland just doesn't get too awkward on the defense. They find each other. And we see a lot of that game 1, game 2 Deco, because he's been looking pretty good so far starting the series. We'll see what's going on for him. Currently, Cleveland doesn't even have a single save in this game yet. Only that 1 goal. But Bowsy, maybe he could extend that lead back to 4 for Pittsburgh. Kovalchuk. No one's there for a pass currently. And now Pittsburgh sending it down. Oh my goodness, that was a great dunk, but stopped by that backboard.
Yeah, if he just could have gotten a little higher on that ball, somehow that one may have ended up going in. Now another opportunity, bumps into Deco. Almost a pull shot, but it won't even matter. Bowsy says that all they're going to give Cleveland is that 1 goal before they answer back. Now with just under 90 seconds to go, looking very difficult for Cleveland to be able to do anything to respond here. Matt Ander is going to put that one off the backboard. The Pittsburgh relentless attack will continue. They are able to send this back down to their defensive end. This one will go top down. Matt Ander going to clear it back down to Cleveland side. Solar with an opportunity, but well defended by Cleveland. As the final minute will start to tick down, unless Cleveland can get a goal here on this attack, I'd say it's pretty safe to say that this one's all but over, and we just have to wait for the clock to tick down to go to game 5. Solar will send it down. Every one of these clears taking so many valuable seconds off the clock. Bowsy now going to send this back out toward the midfield. He'll follow. Bounces off of Solar. And now Pittsburgh, after going down 2-0 on the series score, is 1 game away from completing the reverse sweep. All we have to do is wait on this one to touch the ground, and it will do so right there. Pittsburgh, again, with 2 unanswered wins. Bowsy, your MVP, with a huge 696 points on 3 goals. Still tons of shots on the side of this Pittsburgh, or for this Pittsburgh side. Both ball possession and field domination in favor of the Phantoms as well. And Cleveland maybe starting to implode a little bit. We'll see if they're too much in their own heads now to be able to close out the series. It's I experienced it last week, giving up a reverse sweep myself, and it's not a fun feeling. So Cleveland, after feeling so in position to be able to take the easy 4 points now with their backs against the wall, and Pittsburgh with all of the momentum.
Now for Cleveland, 1 point will not cut it to get you into that wild card position, as whoever's above them is currently New Orleans, who has 25 points, so same as Pittsburgh. And 24 points not get you in there, but if they get 4, I will certainly get them into the wild card seeding. Pittsburgh, if they get 4 here, I don't think it'll be enough to get them back into so I believe their division leader is Nashville, so it's a long road to get back to division lead, but 4 points will keep them into that wild card position in a safer position in the wild card, I might say. Well, this one, oh, Bowsy with a flipper set. Matt Ander, Quinton gives it away, but Bowsy's there again with a boost. And now Dayco in the back. And Kovalchuk on the attack, no boost. Can he steal that one though? Wait, that one's gonna go on net.
Big save by Matt Ander there. Be able to clear that one out and keep Pittsburgh from dropping the first goal. Bowsy a little awkward on his own post. Just got a glimpse of it there as Solar was driving by.
Whoever opens up first in this game number 5, that'll be a really good look on them. And now Matt Ander, Dayco. But Bowsy's up there. What a great challenge by Bowsy. Back to Solar. Wait, what a fake from him. Wait, the net's open. Can Dayco score this one? No, he can't. Ooh, that goal would have been really good for Cleveland. But it was a tough one. And now, still, wait, this ball is just going back and forth. I can't even express how crazy this game 5 is so far, Anderson.
Yeah, with how solid on the ball Dayco was in really games 1 and 2, he definitely seems to have lost a little bit of that accuracy and a little bit of his, just being able to read the ball. Kovalchuk able to clean it up though. Cleveland on the board first. As I was about to say, I wonder if that miss by Dayco was going to be costly for Cleveland, and so far he's able to rely on his team and allow them to keep the rest of this Cleveland side in it, but it's not going to be long. A total of maybe 6 or 7 seconds, and Pittsburgh ties it up.
Dayco unable to get that ball through to the corner. It goes straight to a Pittsburgh attacker. Great goal by Matt Ander. He easily tied this one up. And a crazy game. 1 goal immediately gets answered, but another one could happen here. Solar with a great save though. Dayco. This one's gonna go to the backboard. Currently, half of the game has gone by. Oh wait, that could be an opportunity. Matt Ander's going for that one demo. But doesn't go in yet. Whoa. 3 shots each for each team. Oh, this one could be dangerous. The ball is going to each team's net back and forth in such a short amount of time. The ball is just being boomed across. Once again, there we go. It's on Pittsburgh side now. This one's going to be Kovalchuk second. In the lead, it's back to Cleveland.
Pittsburgh, the last time they gave up the goal and lost the lead here in game 5, they were able to respond pretty much as quickly as a team can. We'll see if they're able to get a quick response here again, or if Cleveland will start to run away with this one. And that they just might do. As we were talking about Dayco a minute ago, and having not really shown up since games 1 and 2, that is the Dayco that this Cleveland side wants to be here 100% of the time. And now we'll see what the rest of this game holds, is this is going to go all the way over to the Pittsburgh corner. Pinball a little bit around the midfield, and they've still got an opportunity. This one's there. It's going to be blocked away by his own defender. I believe that was Solar on the shot. And a huge pinch. This one going all the way down, and just able to get enough on it is Dako. Oh, that would have been an absolute massive goal for Pittsburgh, especially as we close in with just 1 minute left. This one's going to go off the backboard. Bowsey's quick and able to get up. Now again, Bowsey on the shot. You can feel Pittsburgh getting a little more drastic as that one's almost going to slide in just off the post.
Hold on. Oh, I thought that one was going in. 2 goals in 38 seconds. Pittsburgh, after getting 2 games in a row, they were so close, but now Matt Ander looking for a shot, and looking at it right now, time's just ticking away, but Pittsburgh still on the attack. This one's just like a win. Wait. Hold on. Pittsburgh they're still on their,
They've got some life. Pittsburgh. 18 seconds to go, and of course, a dream. They're going to need a good kickoff, and they have it. Matt Ander has an opportunity. A massive clear away by Kovalchuk. That one's down to Bowsey. Now Dako all the way down, and it's going to go in, and that will likely do it. Heartbreaking for Pittsburgh. After losing both games 1 and 2, starting the reverse sweep by winning 3 and 4 and having themselves in a position to be able to tie this game 5 up and send it into overtime. Kovalchuk slams the door shut with the save, and then Dako, the cherry on top, with a goal going all the way down to the other side of the field, and Cleveland is able to close this one out.
What a series. When it just looked like Cleveland was just gonna sweep Pittsburgh, answered with 2 games and 5 unanswered goals in a row. But then Cleveland just went back to their game 1 and game 2 style. They went back to the place where they just brought it back. Cleveland will take this game number 5, and in terms of the standings, this will put Cleveland in 6th seed behind Atlanta and in front of Baltimore, while Pittsburgh will be, I believe they'll be right behind Cleveland now, above Baltimore, and it will knock New Orleans out of the wild card seeding.
Huge win for Cleveland. We'll see. I mean, and it feels like the season just started, but at the same time, we're week 6 and we're closing in on that week 8 finish. So an absolutely huge win for Cleveland to be able to take all 4 points here. Dako, the MVP, able to come back, scoring 2 goals on 2 shots, 100% efficiency. So that's not all we have for the rest of the night. I'll go over to the schedule briefly. Now we are very close to our next start coming up at 9. We've got a Linguini League matchup. Both teams sitting in the Western Conference. Santa Fe sitting well at the top, and we'll see if San Antonio can start to turn that season around with a huge win over the Santa Fe Kings. And then to close out the night, we'll have Phoenix and San Francisco. So we'll get those games set up here briefly. Cream, thank you so much for jumping in and helping me cast this game. For the next 2, it will be myself and Oates will be back in. So we're going to get everything set up for you guys, and then we'll be back here in about 5 minutes or so for that Linguini League matchup. Stick around.
Peace.
Do you know who I am? But you make me speak Francais. Feels like we're in Paris, away from our parents. Kind of a chain smoker, but with you I wanna do better. Never been a go-getter, but I wanna get with you forever, ever. Cause you're not just a cute girl in my room. Never. Feels like we're in Paris, away from our parents. Kind of a chain smoker, but with you I wanna do better. Never been a go-getter, but I wanna get with you forever, ever. Cause you're not just a cute girl in my room. Never. I got a prickle in my skin. I can play a violin, sing a serenade. Wow, summer flowers from my sleeve. So caught up in your smell. Down to whatever you say, girl. I know we just met, but you make me speak Francais. Salut. Oui. Je t'aime. Très bien. You're not just a cute girl, don't get me wrong. I love your face, you're beautiful. You ain't just a cute girl, you're my world. When you dance with me, you make me sweat, make me speak. You make me feel like I do whatever I want. I fear no harm when I stare at the sun. I've been so numb with you on my love. My will so strong, only limits the sky. I've been a nice day, I've been like no way. But now, every day, you make me speak Francais. Salut. Oui. Je t'aime. Très bien. Girl, I know we just met, but you make me speak Francais. I got a prickle in my skin. I can play a violin, sing a serenade. Wow, some flowers from my sleeve. So caught up in the smell. Down to whatever you say, girl. I know we just met, but you make me speak Francais.
Did we take it too far to say that we cannot pretend now? Was it never enough to have just everything you want? In your shadow I found a place to hide me from my own thoughts. And if I ever got lost, you find a way to bring me home. And I want something I can hold, that's worth this waiting cold. And I want something that is real, something to make me feel alive.
turn it on.
Building a fortress, and we thought it was stronger, keeping your distance. I thought we were better. We can try to just hide from the pain by building our castle. We can build them again and again, and we can feel nothing could be something. Losing our vision, but we can't just let it consume us. We can try to just hide from the pain by building our castle. We can build them again and again, and we can feel nothing. And I know that you're feeling alone, and we can do better. So help me to break through the stone. Help me to break through. And I know that you're feeling alone, and we can do better. So help me to break through the stone.
All right, United Rogue, we are back. As before, I'm Anderson. And now this time, joined alongside by Oates, we've got another United Rogue Rocket League matchup for you guys. This time going to Linguini League. The Santa Fe Kings taking on the San Antonio Revenge. Oates, how are you, sir? What can you tell us about the matchup?
I'm doing great, you know, back at it again, 2 nights in a row. We get this matchup and we get a nice strong matchup after this, along with a great matchup beforehand. You know, we're jumped in by a Santa Fe Kings side that we've seen maybe but a little too often, with some familiar faces. Going to be 115. It's Boofy on the field tonight. They're a player needing to make compliance still. Obviously, playoffs secured, clinched, you could say, as of now. Also going to be on the field with 115 Berkey. We all know him. I believe he's running Linguini League. I could be wrong there.
I believe so, yep.
And 120 Ace will be on the field as well.
Apparently, Berkey wanting to go by Brokey tonight. I'll see how well I can accommodate that.
Yes, Brokey. All 3 SFK players wanting to go by Ace. That might be something for us to look out for. Boofy is apparently pronounced Ace. We were informed before the match. And I'm sure Berkey would love to be called Brokey or Ace. Obviously, a powerful team. No Luma on the field. That's their guy, their goal scorer. But I'm sure they won't struggle without an Ace, 29 goals. Other Ace, Berkey. 21 goals on the season, and not a very defensive team. They like to shoot a lot. They like to demo a lot, especially with Berkey, Ace, and Luma on the field. Not so many demos for Boofy, but it won't be a problem. I think we're going to see a very fast rotating team and a lot of pressure. I'm sure they can handle the defense just fine, but I don't think they're going to want to play that way, especially against a 1-7 San Antonio Revenge. Now, if you're San Antonio Revenge here, you're kind of looking at last chances to make playoffs. This is kind of where you got to turn it around. You can get away with the loss here and win out and still maybe clinch a spot, but you got to start winning. And what better way to do it than against one of the top teams in your West Coast division here. I believe we're going to be on the field with Chum and Cokes, the 125, 29 goals to him. He seems to be their guy. They look to him, and I'm sure that's the guy we're going to be watching score a lot of goals for them tonight, if, you know, at all, if they're able to push up the field like that. Awesome build, 120 player for them, 8 goals, 11 assists. You know, him and Chum, I believe, are going to be bouncing off each other a lot as long as they can find some momentum here. And the third guy for San Antonio is going to be 3D Sam, 115, new signing to the team. I'm sure this is his first game with them, and we're going to see I'm hoping we see something spark out of the San Antonio side. They've been waiting all season for it, and this might be the night for it.
Absolutely. Both teams ready to join the field and just about ready to get this one underway. Looks like we're still waiting for Ace to jump in, and just like that, everyone's on and we are ready to go. Linguini League action, San Francisco Kings versus the San Antonio Revenge. San Antonio will start the game off with possession. Really a bit of a decent chance there right off the jump, as this one's going to go down and then stay in the San Francisco end. Boofy Oh, San Francisco. Sorry, Santa Fe. It's too close. They're too
Yeah.
close.
Too close. There's a lot of these Santa something places, you know. Get San Francisco, San Diego, Santa Fe, and just like that, Santa Fe, no stranger to scoring, is ace. Not much time gone. Felt like pressure was in favor of San Antonio there for a while, but SFK, no problems here. You're going to take the first lead in game 1.
Now Brokey versus Sam on the kickoff. This will go to Bill. Bill has an opportunity for that to go in, and it will. San Antonio. I mean, a bit of a lucky goal potentially nonetheless, but the ball is in the back of the net, and this one is back to tied with an immediate response from San Antonio.
And that's it. Just put some pressure on the net. You know, you might get lucky here and there, but you know, you can't win without a little bit of luck every now and then. Brokey up high in the air with a chance just off the San Antonio post. As now San Antonio's looking to clear out of their own end here. Chum able to find a ball that bounces down into the midfield, going to be cleared away by Santa Fe. Big bump here for Boofy as Ace is going to have a shot saved and cleared by Chum. He's now looking to possess going towards the Santa Fe net. Does well to buy time in the corner for his team. Can't find the pass across, and now Santa Fe going for a counterattack.
Ace with an opportunity here. Sends that wide to the left side of goal, though. Not sure if his intent was to try to make that one a pass or try to follow up for the double tap, but it'll end up on their defensive side now as Boofy's trying to clear it out. Chum and Cokes put a little bit of pressure on, is now Brokey all the way down. Really just a couple big booms to either side of the field. Both teams opting to play the ball slowly whenever they can. We'll approach just under the 3-minute mark. We're still tied up 1-1 as now more pressure from the San Antonio side. Go over Chum and Cokes and find its way to Sam. Ace now going to have the next touch and send that down.
And it feels like a lot of feeling each other out here still in game 1. Santa Fe maybe looking almost a little surprised by the San Antonio side.
Yeah, from
But
what we've seen from the San Antonio side, they're definitely playing slower than what we know that they're capable of. And
Santa Fe, correct.
Santa Fe, yeah, I'll do that all night. Yeah, we will never put two Santas on, or San anything on stream at the same time again. But yes, so it's tough to tell if this side is just slowing down to match that of San Antonio, or if they are maybe a little bit complacent, thinking that this game's already in the bag. I mean, the rest of the series will tell, but certainly not what we expected with this game being tied up 1-1 with 90 seconds to go.
Yeah, and SFK still definitely looking like the more sound of the two teams mechanically and rotationally. They seem to be very comfortable, you know. They're, like you're saying, they're going maybe a little bit slower, kind of slowing down to the pace of San Antonio. But that's not what you can do with these teams. And Ace, just over a minute remaining, is going to find himself a goal. Goal number 2 of the series for him. Goal number 2 of this game for him. And San Antonio, they started to look like they were going to have a bunch of chances. They have had plenty of chances, and it looked like they might even get away with this one. But SFK wants none of that, as Ace is going to get one over the top.
Yeah, maybe just started to press a little bit too high, and now Brokey trying to get the touch on that one. That'll go toward goal. All 3 defenders for San Antonio right there in a cluster on what was the near post. Bit of a defensive breakdown there that doesn't end up costing them just yet. is now on their attacking side of the field, trying to get something together, and that one's just gonna go barely wide of the post, almost an own goal by Bill.
San Antonio's still alive with 20 seconds left. SFK definitely not making this easy. Every time SAR tries to pop a ball up, Santa Fe seems to have something to slide back into their end. And it's just time and boost off the clock every single time Santa Fe gets a touch just like that. Boofy gonna throw it up and then go get back to it himself, and really just leaving no chance for San Antonio as they're on 0 with maybe a slight sliver of hope. And Ace is going to kill that. Is what's going to fall in the San Antonio end in a 1-0 and 1-0 start for SFK. Obviously, a little bit slower, only 2-1 win. I'm sure they would have liked to, you know, score a couple more, but a win is a win, and now maybe both teams will have settled in a little bit, and I'm sure this game 2 won't look anything. I don't believe it'll look like that game 1 at all.
I'm curious to see what does happen. Again, we've had SFK on stream several times this season. We know what this team is capable of. And that's no disrespect to San Antonio, but these guys are at the top of the West for a reason. So we'll see what, I mean, one thing that San Antonio can take from this is, I mean, given, you know, if they could have just taken advantage of one or two of those opportunities that, you know, kind of fell at their lap, they find themselves right back in that game, maybe pushing it into overtime, or maybe even just taking the outright win. So we'll see what they're able to make happen here in game 2 as both teams kind of start to settle in. The scary side being that if SFK settles in and they start to play at the pace that we know that they're capable of, this starts to run away potentially pretty quickly.
Kicking off game 2 here, 3D Sam versus Boofy on the kickoff. Gonna be a win here for Santa Fe, able to push down the San Antonio end already. Boofy can have a shot. It's gonna be just low and a double commit there. Borderline a triple commit for San Antonio. Looks like it could have been dangerous, but handled no problem. And a big save here for Chum and Cookies as one Santa Fe player had pre-jumped him. I'm sure that was in his head a little bit. Don't clear it right here. I know I've been in moments like that myself. Someone pre-jumps and now all of a sudden that's what you can look at. It's all you can look at, rather. And you hit it right into him. Seems like a lot of pressure for Santa Fe. Easy cleanup here for Ace. So San Antonio might get a chance in front of the Santa Fe net. Santa Fe looking a little more comfortable this game.
Yeah, they definitely are. A little more, I mean, no real opportunities yet, but the ball's still, and as we say it, of course, Sam gonna fly in and put San Antonio up 1-0. Notes, I don't disagree. I think that the momentum definitely feels in favor of Santa Fe, but we'll see what that does to that San Antonio side now as they find themselves with a lead.
Yeah, pressure means nothing with no goals, and San Antonio's just proved that. They've had maybe 2 decent counterattacking chances here, 2 shots on net, gonna be 3, and another goal to San Antonio. Chum and Cookie's gonna find one rolling down the middle of the field. And that proves to just what we were speaking. It felt like pressure was there for Santa Fe, and just like that, counterattack goal rolled straight into their own net.
Yeah, I mean, if they're able to continue taking advantage of these opportunities, then they'll find themselves competitive in this series, and so far, in a very good position. Still very early, only 90 seconds off of the clock in game 2, but not a bad place to be if you are San Antonio. It's now Chum and Cokes is going to send that one off the corner and back toward the midfield. Bill clears it out. Maybe could have possessed that one just a little bit more, but no harm, no foul. Boofy now trying to keep the pressure on for Santa Fe. This one will get launched probably too far over the net. Brokey gonna turn, send that back to the middle, and again, with a little more pace on that ball, that may have been, I don't know that the third defender for Santa Fe was back yet.
Yeah, and this is starting to look like it's falling in favor of San Antonio. They seem to be the ones taking the shots. Even though I would say Santa Fe definitely is holding the possession, it seems to be a game controlled by San Antonio. And just like that, Chumacokes finding another one. Second goal of the game here is going to extend the lead to 3-0.
Not what we expected at all, but well done so far by San Antonio, and they're looking to level themselves back in this series in a very good position, up 3-0. Just needing to hold on and last out for the last half of this game, as Bill now is going to follow this one up. Able to get to that one and stay in the air. Used all of his boost to get there, though, I believe. Chum and Cokes now. This one will start going all the way down. Has a little bit of time. Misses the catch. Was able to get out without penalty. This one will be sent wide. No one there to clean it up, though.
Now Santa Fe starting to be drowned out in their own end. Just when it looks like they're going to catch a break here, just like feels like they could now, San Antonio does well to recover and gather themselves, collect the ball, and find the right opportunities to challenge. Like demo here for Boofy, but for what? You've got no player on the immediate follow-up. Now Ace with some aerial chance, but it never felt threatening enough. Now San Antonio straight back into the SFK, and it feels like they're starting to capitalize on SFK trying to be maybe a little too cute with the ball here and there. They have been looking for passes, but no one in the midfield every time they've turned for it. And you got to be thinking right about now is when you need at least one to have some kind of chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, I don't know that goal is going to come for Santa Fe, although the San Antonio side more than happy to add another goal to their stat line. Is just an uncharacteristic play there by both Brokey and Boofy over in front of their own net. And San Antonio, barring just a miraculous comeback, is going to take game 2. Find themselves right back into this one.
And in upset fashion, I mean, these teams have completely switched records, and this might be something Chumacokes holds on to. Apologies, but did you get that glitch right now?
I did, and I have no idea what that was.
I have never seen that before. Is this Epic Games doing this to our servers? You guys saw that? It was not the camera. Maybe it was, but I got
resources.
It too.
All resources are back in Fortnite this weekend, so yeah, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. SFK trying to find a constellation goal. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville able to make the save, and now San Antonio going to win in game 2, 4-0 in favorable fashion. What looked like, to be a comfortable win, to say the least. That could definitely be a lot of momentum that translates into the rest of the series. But, I say that, and then a lot of the times the Santa Fe side ends up going to game 5 and winning every time they're on stream. I don't know if it's by chance or what it is, but I know they're listening too, which is the problem. I know that one of them has this turned on and they're listening to me right now. And they're like, yeah, we're going to game 5 now. Like, it was probably going to happen anyways. You guys could be 9-0, and I'm sorry, but I feel like we always see them go to game 5. I could be wrong. They could be winning and not game 5, but there's something about these guys, this set of guys right here on the bottom, I guess on the top half of your screen there, that it feels like it's always a game 5.
I mean,
they're going to win.
all you did is just threw out the reverse caster's curse. So now it'll never happen.
I'm hoping so.
We'll see.
That was the plan. I'd love a game 5. I'd love a good game 5.
Chum and Cokes MVP with 762 points and the hat trick. Just at the attempt to not kill the momentum here. We'll jump straight into the other game. Everyone on the field and ready to go. Game 3 starting up now. We'll see if San Antonio is able to keep the hot streak going, having scored now, I believe that was 4 unanswered goals until that point. And just like that, Santa Fe back in some more familiar territory.
And I'm not going to close my eyes and wiggle my toes too soon yet, but a much better start for Santa Fe here, as Ace is able to find another, maybe two, as he bounces one off the post and off the San Antonio defender. And that's got to be a little bit of a scare for San Antonio. Maybe this will be a wake-up call. Big chance here for San Antonio is gonna whiz by all 3 players. None of them able to connect on a completely open net. The Reed being in a tough situation, in a tough spot, but still expect to put something on frame. And nothing's gonna go there. As now Santa Fe still struggling to find boosts. It looks like they could get stuck in their end, trapped in their end here.
And that touch there by Ace really would have been a big one if he was able to push that down into the other end, but Boofy's able to clean it up, and now this one's gonna slide into the goal. I don't believe he actually did get another touch on that one, but Bill on the way over to the corner boost grabs it instead of reading the ball off the wall, and his side will pay for it as now Santa Fe with a 2-goal lead. Not where you want to be if this Santa Fe team is starting to heat up. It's now Ace.
Gonna have a good clearance.
Yeah.
Into the San Antonio end. Now, a little bit of a miss here from Brokey. Ever since we started calling him Brokey, I don't know if you noticed, he's starting to lose that edge a little bit. Maybe if we go back to calling him Berkey, he'll start to connect as he misses again.
Did it to himself.
Did it to himself. Austin Bill from Dawsonville trying to find one in the corner. Gonna be a big pinch here for Ace, who can't find a shot, and another gonna be a double whiff across the midfield. It's a miscommunication coming out from Santa Fe, but they've earned the goals to play with, you know, and give up a couple of mistakes here and there, and San Antonio not doing well to punish those little mistakes like that.
Yeah, which they did back. I mean, that's really what gave them game 2, but that was the problem back in game 1. On top of really both teams just playing really, really slow back in game 1. Now here in game 3, both teams playing with a little bit more pace, but the opportunities and taking advantage of those whenever they're kind of falling in your lap are not here for the San Antonio side. Bill's going to send that one back to the midfield, but really nobody even there. Opportunity there as that one's read a little bit more power, just a little more square on the nose, and San Antonio's cut the lead in half, but unfortunately for them, just kind of floated at the goal softly.
Now Berkey gonna have a chance to dribble at Chum and Cokes. Goes for the bump play, doesn't connect. Now Berkey gonna get a demo, opting to kill Austin Bill in his own end, maybe trying to free up some space for them to get boosts. Ace with a shot off the post. Little bit uncharacteristic of him. He tends to be the guy that they look to score goals when Luma isn't on the field. Now a good chance here for Boofy. He's going to end up missing the connection, and then Berkey's going to miss the follow-up as well. And now Santa Fe watching chances blow by left and right. Still with a comfortable 2-0 lead, but can't do that as Chum and Coke is just going to pepper the crossbar there. Almost lost my breath. I got a little bit of excitement there with that shot. Just barely keeping just barely keeping San Antonio out of it. And now, you know, a minute left. Again, it's that time. You got to start to try to score here. You got to start to push up just a little bit more. Double tap for Chum and Cokes. High off the crossbar, and he's going to find it. The slow follow-up off the ground, but nonetheless, a good mechanical read here up off the backboard is going to allow him to find a tap-in for himself. And San Antonio right back in it.
Yeah, 26 miles per hour as that one goes over the goal line. And really, this game should be 4-0, 5-0 for SFK. They had so many opportunities pass them by. And again, like we've talked about, San Antonio had several opportunities as well. But this game really shouldn't be as close as it is. So we'll see if San Antonio is able to make this Santa Fe side pay for it, or if they'll end up getting away with it. They've got about 30 seconds to make something happen as Chum and Cokes trying to get the bop or the flick over the Santa Fe defender. Nothing yet. Now they've got a bit of an opportunity. Ace will read that off the wall. Big clear here is going to leave Sam as the last man back. He'll send that over to the corner. And now the last push for the San Antonio side. Bill trying to make his way to that ball. He does. It's going to bounce off the corner. There's an opportunity here. Sam not able to connect. And Santa Fe will hang on.
It's so close to a 0-second tie. Goal tying goal, and man, SFK was holding their breath as they just had to sit and watch and pray that Sam doesn't hit the frame. And like you're saying, it didn't feel like it should have been as close. Santa Fe definitely, you know, having more threatening opportunities out of the two teams in this game. But San Antonio, you know, just doing well to keep it close. They put pressure on where they needed to, and they scored when they needed to. Obviously, losing by 1 goal here, but showing that they're not out of this. In fact, I believe they're still winning in a goal difference in these 3 games, even though they're now down 2-1.
Yeah, having put so many numbers on the board back in game 2, I believe they definitely are. An interesting thing, kind of looking at the stat line here, ball possession and field domination both in favor of San Antonio, and that could just as simply be a factor of, or a byproduct of how this Santa Fe side plays. They're able to get away in this series so far with a lot of booming clears down to the other side of the field, so they're really not holding possession or field domination for very long. But they are putting plenty of shots on goal, as they had 8 last game. 7 still, though, on the San Antonio side, so down but not out is the San Antonio, or are the San Antonio Revenge. We enter game 4. See if
chance for
Oates.
Chance for SFK to grab, you know, the 4 points and not let San Antonio get away with anything. San Antonio really just hoping to at least get 1. You need to kind of spark something, you know. Like you're saying, this definitely looks like a team that could contend and give a fight in playoffs. But you're not in a position to be in playoffs yet, so you got to earn that, and you have to earn that by playing better teams like this. And unfortunately, it seems like they might have left it up to the tougher portion of their season, but still definitely looking like a strong kind of contention team almost against the Santa Fe side.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to go back and look at almost a pull shot that ends up toward Santa Fe's net, but I'd be curious to go back and see how close some of these series were for the San Antonio side, because their record is definitely not an accurate indication of what it seems like this team is capable of. They're definitely holding their own. So I believe with, you know, maybe a couple, you know, game 5 overtimes that they may have let lapse, or some things like that, they'd be right back in this with, you know, kind of in the hunt for potentially one of those last remaining playoff spots. That's yet to be seen so far, and unfortunately for them, the season kind of dying down. This one will go off the backboard. Ace will send this back over, and Santa Fe doing well to keep possession and trying to find their first goal of game 4.
Yeah, no threatening opportunities yet. Maybe a couple chances here in favor of Santa Fe, but nothing really towards goal. A lot of time off the clock because this one's feeling like a 1-goal game. Potentially, 1 or 2 could win you this one. Big chances here for Santa Fe. Boofy gonna throw it up off the backboard. It's cleared away by Chum and Cokes, and honestly not far from collecting a bit of a clearance goal there. Anything on frame probably had the Santa Fe defense beat as they were all pushed up pretty far past the midfield line. Now 3D Sam doing well to collect. He's gonna win a 50 for Chum and Cokes, resulting in more pressure for San Antonio. Ace not loving it, tries to wave dash and collect himself. Can't make the recovery, and now San Antonio's going to be able to break out. 3D Sam looking like he just needs to hit frame. Ace with a good recovery. Chum and Cokes not far from scoring. He's going to pop one up off the backboard. And Zara doing everything but putting the pace needed to score. And now leaving another breakout chance here for Santa Fe.
Yeah, plenty of pressure for this side, just not able to actually put it in the back of the net. And Santa Fe now on the board first. Ace able to slap that one off the crossbar. I mean, honestly, pretty well defended by the San Antonio side. Chum and Cokes in the air just couldn't quite get a touch on that one. It had to be placed perfectly by Ace, and that's why they rely on him so often to score these goals, because he's able to do that so consistently. Now Boofy's awkward in net. I don't know. It almost looked like Boofy had disconnected or something.
Yeah, taking his finger off the gas, maybe. I mean, it looks like the realization when you know you're not going to save it, but it looked like there was definitely a clear chance to save that. And that ball's just going to roll real slow through the Santa Fe defense. And now we're back to a level game, 1-1.
A really interesting kind of misstep there by Boofy. Almost seemed like he didn't know that he was facing that direction. It would have been as simple as just throwing it in reverse and then bumping into that ball. But nonetheless, San Antonio will take the goals as they come. 1 minute left, and San Antonio in a position to be able to force a game 5 if they can find the back of the net one more time. A misstep here is going to open up the opportunity for Ace, and now Boofy is in the air. Bit of congestion there in front of the San Antonio net. Bit of hesitation from those guys sometimes to want to move out of net. Bill not able to connect. Not able to put it on frame, rather. Now 30 seconds to go. If one of these teams can't find the back of the net, we'll see our first overtime of the series.
Boofy looking for a bit of a cycle off the sidewall there. SFK looking like they might have the last say in regulation time as Boofy's going to hit one last clearance down to the corner. Ace with the redirect just towards the frame, but off. And our ball is going to fall, and we're going to find our first overtime in game 4, tied 1-1. Match set point on the line here. SFK scores. San Antonio goes home empty-handed.
Ace trying to carry that as far as he possibly can, but only so much boost. Now Boofy will lose the 50 to Bill, but that's cleaned up by Brokey. Now Chum and Cokes to follow. Sam, the next to get there, looks like he'll be playing 2, follows up and tries to clear the ball back out to the middle of the field. Chum and Cokes down to Boofy, and the pressure's on for Santa Fe. Not able to connect.
Now a lot of pressure for Santa Fe, but what we've seen throughout most of the series here is that Santa Fe will get really pressed up and they'll start really peppering shots away. And San Antonio will simply just roll one down past the Santa Fe defense as they'll be pressed too high or they'll be congested and not able to make a read on a ball that pops up by them, you know. So I'm
Yeah,
curious if we're going
we'll-
to see SFK sit a little more defensively.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they opt for that. So now Bill has an opportunity to put that on goal. Chum and Cokes could have potentially put that one on frame. I don't think the initial ball by Bill is going to be on, probably just slightly wide. Is Santa Fe going for some demos? That one's just off. Kind of ramps up the curve at the bottom of that right post. Is able to make its way back out. Herman Cokes past one and unable to get past the other. Now Bill just has the one to beat. Can't get there. A pop up here. Chum and Cokes opts to go. Thankfully puts it high enough off the board for his side to be able to get back. We're kind of back to those booming clears whenever they're finding those opportunities. If nothing more than just to get the ball out of the way. And Chum and Cokes is able to slot it home, and San Antonio trying, I mean, obviously forcing this into a game 5. They've guaranteed themselves 1 point and trying to complete the series win. Again, being a massive underdog going into this one.
And that's the one thing you got to learn is no matter what, don't underestimate your opponents. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here with Santa Fe. I'm not saying there's any trickery trying to get to a game 5, but you know, San Antonio definitely still coming out swinging and still putting on pressure. Ace with 6 shots, more than the entire San Antonio team on his zone, and only able to connect with 1 is what's looking like has made this game and series a little bit harder for Santa Fe. You know, game 5 obviously not ideal, but no penalty for going to a 5. There's nothing wrong with it this season. You know, you still can gather all 4 points without having to risk dropping that one off.
Yeah.
As a result.
Absolutely,
5.
which is a bit of an adjustment for me, honestly, as we've gone through this season. Just kind of thinking about what the implications are of that as we get forced into these game 5s. I know that my side, I mean, we've seen a lot of game 5s on Linguini San Diego. So both teams have hit the field for the last time tonight. We'll see which squad is able to take game 5 and thus take all 4 points. Again, obviously each team guaranteed the 1 point. San Antonio would love an early goal here to be able to play from ahead instead of trying to find a goal with a deficit. Ace, though, having none of that as he's going to keep it down in the San Antonio end, at least for now. Dangerous ball here. Able to keep himself in front of it, though, so Chum and Cokes doing well there. This one will fall to Ace. I don't know that he got a touch on that one. We'll ramp up the wall. Chum and Cokes there looking like that one surprised him a little bit. Was in the perfect position. Could have potentially put that one on frame with a little bit of pace, but just kind of jumped into it.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you can be in that perfect position and still be surprised. You never know what happens, especially not to discredit anything these two teams have done as they've played a pretty great series, but you just never know what to really expect. San Antonio looking like they might find the first gear. Berkey last second gonna come across the line and find himself a huge save.
That ball going from about the, I don't know, we were just outside the box and just rolling along at what felt about 15 miles per hour or so, and somehow never got cleared out. But Berkey, has Berkey not scored yet, or did he change? I don't know that we've seen that goal explosion until now.
I am not going to say he hasn't scored, not because I don't believe in him, but because I believe he has not scored yet. And you know what a time to do it. Game 5, get your team the lead. try to get comfortable. The games we've seen them score first, they win them. Huge save here for Berkey. This is starting to look like a Berkey game. Ace now with a follow-up save off of Awesome Bill from Dawsonville's shot there. Gonna have a decent chance here for Santa Fe. He's gonna be saved away by the San Antonio defense. Berkey looking like he was trying to go for a double tap up off the backboard, and instead is gonna get a bump. And holy cow, did he clear that San Antonio defender. That was about as close to being a demo as you can be without it actually being a demo. I don't know if you guys have been bumped like that, but it is a violent bump. You end up floating for about, I don't know, say a minute of the game, and now San Antonio on a counterattack out of nowhere is going to find one across the middle of an empty Santa Fe net. Huge pinch there for 3D Sam. Huge pinch. Created the entire play.
Well done there, with all of the intent to make that happen, and then sent that straight across goal, and well done by the rest of that San Antonio side to be up toward goal and be ready for it. You have nothing to lose at this point and everything to gain. So you might as well play. I mean, I'm not saying throw your entire team and play super high press, but I mean, be a little risky and go for this win, because if there is a chance to make the playoffs this season, this is where it starts.
Lots of pressure from Santa Fe in the last minute or so since that goal. Plenty of demos. They started to look more like their regular demoing selves in this last game. Now Ace can have a flick, trying to get a read. He's going to be stopped by Chum and Cokes. Now Chum trying to have a little bit of a breakout play here. He's going to be shoved back down onto the San Antonio net by Boofy. Sam forced to make a save. Ace going for an aerial read here. Is going to get past two and then up off the crossbar. Looked like a little bit of a misplay. Berkey now with a shot off the post. And San Antonio finally find themselves a little bit of breathing room.
The ball just kind of, and just staying in front of their net for a while there. Berkey looked like that would have been a bit of a more routine save, but a little bit dramatic as it'll sit or bounce off the bottom of the crossbar. Now we're approaching the 1 minute mark. Tied game and tie series. San Antonio looking for their second win of the season. So I'm going to go over 3D Sam, the last one back, but should be a routine save as that'll go off the corner. He's able to follow again. Boofy sends that one across goal. Is able to get another touch. Now Bill trying to get it back. Unable to. Let's get that one there, though, as Berkey's the last one back. Able to clear that one out without much trouble. And now 30 seconds. Ace pushes
really
it out.
Tough to
Oh,
such a close chance. And as I was just about to say, this feels like it's going to be a tough one to call. As the clock winds down, its chance is going both ways in this game, and it's looking really close. San Antonio having the more recent of chances. It's going to be a good one here.
oh.
Big ball up from Austin Bill. Shot for 3D Sam is going to be just touched off his tires.
Backflip by Chum and Cokes.
A clearance that would have gone in for Santa Fe. I understand San Antonio obviously pushing up because of 0 seconds. But now we're looking at a Game 5 overtime. Not ideal for Santa Fe to be in. And just like that, off the crossbar and away. But looks surely to be the game winner. Is going to be followed up by the man, the myth, Berkey himself. Of course, Santa Fe looking to do it in Game 5 overtime fashion.
A nice shot there by Brokey to be able to position his car to put that one in. So well done by the Santa Fe Kings. Well done by the San Antonio Revenge as well. Again, this team is not... Their record does not do them justice by any means at all. Brokey is your MVP with 698 points on 5 shots. Really came out to play here in Game 5. whenever his team needed it most, scoring both of their goals that gave them all 4 points for this week 6 matchup. We do have one more game for you guys tonight that we'll set up here in the next few minutes. So this will be a Fettuccine League matchup, the Phoenix Thunder versus the San Francisco Cyborgs. So stick around. We'll be back for that here shortly. Again, congratulations to the Santa Fe Kings. Well-fought series by both teams. We'll be right back.
tell you a story about me and you. Out on the water, surrounded by the blue. They scream that only I'll be saved. They toss off the line, but I just let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Tell you a story about you and me. Stuck on the water, the waves are getting deep. They scream that only I can breathe. They toss out the mask, but it's a little out of reach. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. There isn't any more to say. If you're not with me, I'd rather not be saved. There's no decision to be made. If you're not with me, I'll just let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. 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 I'll let it float
All right, United Rogue, we are back with our last matchup of the night. We've got a Fettuccine League matchup. Two Titans in the Western Conference, the Phoenix Thunder taking on the San Francisco Cyborgs. Before Oates introduces these teams for us, I will peel back the curtain a little bit and say that both of these teams in the test lobby saying that they both jumped on. So seemingly no warm-up games. Some players even having just woken up apparently. So we'll see how that affects this matchup again, with two teams sitting very high on the leaderboard for the Western Conference in Fettuccine League. Again, I'm joined by Oates. What can you tell us about these teams?
Yeah, like you were saying, it's gonna be a West Coast SmackDown. Phoenix 9-0, looking to continue their undefeated streak. Obviously, it's something super impressive throughout the season, and it seems to be pretty well balanced throughout their entire roster. Standout player for them, maybe I don't know how to pronounce his name, Caliber. 135 salary, 40 goals, but honestly, the rest of his team is not too far behind him. They all seem to have they're all super close in assists. They're all super close in goals. They're all super close in saves. The only real standout is that Caliber likes to demo. He's got 49 of them, and maybe that's something we see tonight out of him. Maybe we see that the tendency to demo, and maybe that has some play on the series. But going up against a team that is definitely no slouch here in the West Coast, San Francisco Cyborgs, 7-2. This would be a big, it is an upset to lose if you're 9-0 to a 7-2 team, but it's not something that you just can't expect. It's still, SFC is still a really good team, especially with the 7-2 season so far. Decent roster by the looks of it. Father Time on the field, just Hollywood 130 with 52 goals, most on the team. It seems to be a little more unbalanced towards him, but honestly, it looks like a lot of assists come from Father Time and JDZ. It looks like they try to feed Hollywood in scoring those goals. So definitely some playmakers, definitely some goal scorers. None of their players really forced to have too many saves. Maybe Hollywood on 47 saves, so he does seem to be a little bit more of their favored player. But nothing is crazy in the way of demos for SFC. So this is kind of a super back and forth battle here. I can't really say which way this is going to fall. I would expect Phoenix to extend their winning streak to 10, but it's going to be a battle, and it's not going to be an easy night for them, probably like they're used to.
Yeah, and we certainly just saw that sometimes record really doesn't mean a whole lot, as we just come back from a Santa Fe versus San Antonio Linguini League matchup that did not end the way that we would have predicted at the start of that series. So we are underway in game one. Phoenix trying to hold on to that perfect season so far, and San Francisco starting the scoring early, 1-0 in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, and Hollywood with just a great read up off the high backboard of Phoenix, and it seemed like all of Phoenix was late to react. They all ended up jumping for it, and Father Time just being the first one to see it, the first one to go up. I'm sure it was communicated well. It's hard to make a read that well without some kind of talk on what the play is going to be. And SFC starting off really hot, swinging right away, and looks like they're trying to get more already.
Now Tripp's going to send this one back all the way down to the corner. Hollywood will be the last one back. He reads off the corner, though. That one's off the crossbar, but the cleanup from Spidey is as accurate as it needs to be. And now, in just a little bit of time, ticking off the clock in game one, we're already 2 goals in and tied back up.
Yeah, just 20 seconds after the very quick SFC goal, Phoenix gonna find themselves level, and now maybe both teams, having scored a goal, can try to settle down a little bit. I'm not sure what kind of stream nerves these guys might be feeling, if any at all. Caliber definitely trying not to feel any as he rifles one close, and Spidey gonna have a follow-up there. SFC seem to be a little bit confused in their net, and Phoenix gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah, Spidey playing the janitor role very well so far. 2 cleanup goals, and that one going to be the one to put them ahead. 3 goals in the first 57 seconds. We'll see if this kind of pace can continue for the remainder of this series. You have to think that it won't, but that's yet to be seen. So now Trips is going to try to push this down into their attacking end. Spidey going to follow up. Father Time with a really big save, able to clear that one out, and now the counterattack on for San Francisco.
Yeah, and close chance there for Phoenix as they find themselves on the offensive foot again, forcing big saves out of SFC so early in the game. I mean, it had only been under a minute gone, and we've seen both teams with a lead, and both of these teams looking to be goal scorers. Both teams very offensively minded, and it's not often you see a very defensively set team, but it does happen a little bit more than you'd imagine, and neither of these teams want anything to do with that. They just want to be pressed up, and pressed up. You know, suffocate the other team with that pressure. You know, chance is going to pop here for SFC as Spidey's going to find a good clearance away and across. Now Hollywood just finding a shot off the post. Big demo for Spidey. Might open up a chance here for Phoenix. Nothing found in the way of shots on either end, and JDZ gonna find a misread off the backboard for Spidey, and SFC gonna find themselves back to 2-2.
Yeah, cleared all the way down on the other side of the field. You would think that Phoenix would be able to clean that up off the backboard, but San Francisco gonna take advantage of that. No issue at all. Now Father Time, JDZ up there with him. Maybe thinking that Father Time was in a kind of a tough situation, but looked like he probably had that one under control. This one will go to the corner. Now JDZ again to follow. No boost though, so he'll just float down to the ground. This one will end up in front of goal though. Father Time wisely choosing not to push that one any further, and we'll just safely push that to the corner. It's Clobber gonna get a demo, try to clear things up a little bit, but the ball already on its way down to the other side of the field.
Now good chance here for Phoenix. Spidey gonna have a shot saved away by just Hollywood, and definitely a close call there for SFC as they're looking to maintain some of the pressure they've been able to apply here. It hasn't been much, but you only need a little bit to win games.
Big pinch here from Trips, trying to get a little bit lucky there potentially, as this one will go all the way down to JDZ and then make its way back down. Almost a really nice, just kind of glancing touch to be able to put that one on, but is unable. Really, the opportunity's not going away, but the defense seeming to settle in since the onslaught of goals there early on in the game.
Yeah, now a lot of time spent here in the SFC end, not really amounting to anything, not really amounting to any shots, but still time your end is time you're being, you know, drowned out. It's pressure you're losing out on. And SFC is not going to care. That one's going to hit the post, and Father Time going to make the read to give SFC the late lead in game one.
Yeah, not a terribly difficult read, but an important one, able to slide that one in just inside the post, and that's going to force Phoenix to press a little bit higher here in the last 49 seconds if they want to try to force overtime. And another big opportunity, an even better save or a clear away by Spidey. Keep Phoenix in this one by one. Spidey going to clean up as they were going there together. 30 seconds left. You can kind of see San Francisco starting to play a little more conservatively already. It seems like that rotation is dropping back just a little bit.
A good chance there for Hollywood. Tight angle, still able to find the frame. It's going to force an easy save for Phoenix. Another shot for Hollywood, and now he's going to find himself another goal. Right, excuse me, his first goal. 1 goal, 1 assist now, and a fourth for San Francisco, and that's gonna pretty much all but seal away this game one. And now Phoenix kind of in a tight spot, you know, starting to lose grasp of that perfect record.
Yeah, now one thing that's
another.
Now one interesting thing that I was noticing looking through the Phoenix record is they have yet to, well, actually that's not true. So they did have one sweep so far this season. They had a 3-0 sweep against Kansas City back in week 3, but other than that, they've dropped at least one game in every other series that they've had. Most of those just being a single game up until their last 2 matches that both went to game 5. So we'll see. I mean, obviously they have dropped that. At least the one game this series, and we will see what can or happens as we continue.
Yeah, and definitely a bit of a testy feel. You know, game one, there are a lot of shots both ways. Realistically, a lot of chances, a lot of pressure. And like you're saying, they have that tendency to drop at least one game, Phoenix. But you know, it could just be SFC's night tonight. You know, you don't want to let them get away with that game one. That's the one that can start to make your night tougher. If you drop it later in the series when you're up 2-0, or you know, even when you're up 1-0, it's not as bad as dropping the first one. In my eyes, that wouldn't be the one I want to drop, because now SFC has momentum and they had a bunch of pressure and goals at the end of that game. That's going to translate over to the start of this game, as I'm sure we're going to see here. Is JDZ almost finding some kind of read to put SFC ahead and just couldn't make the last connection. And now a big opportunity missed out here for SFC.
Spidey now trying to keep that one in the air. Father Time able to push it off to the side, at least for now. Now Hollywood to follow up. Big miss by Spidey, and a huge opportunity for San Francisco is pushed away. With the wide open net on the other side. One big opportunity on one end. And then the big demo by Spidey takes away any opportunity for San Francisco to be able to push that to the side. Phoenix takes the early 1-0 lead, and is probably exactly what they wanted going into game two, having lost game one.
Good pass here for Hollywood. Is going to be picked off by Spidey, who's now going to have a shooting chance. Just going to find the post again. It feels like that's what's summed up a lot of Spidey's night tonight. Spidey's going to have another go at the San Francisco net, saved away by Hollywood. San Francisco looking to put a little bit of pressure on here, try to get their goal back. Can't connect. Big shot here for Trips. Just going to be wide off the post. Threatening looking counterattack as Caliber is going to find the back of the net now. And Phoenix going to find themselves with a much more comfortable 2-0 lead.
Yeah, double commit here by JDZ and Father Time leaves Hollywood a little bit stranded, and they're going to take advantage of it. Phoenix having the start that they definitely wanted going into game two. Lots of time left for San Francisco to be able to put themselves right back into this one. Globbers able to push this over to the corner. Father Time, that one's going to go straight down. JDZ does well to push that out to the side. If he would have missed that one, would have been a wide open opportunity. JDZ gonna put it in for the first goal of the SFC side.
That's the way to do it. Two Phoenix players overextending onto a ball that Hollywood pretty much always had control of. And JDZ gonna find himself with a fast-paced tap in at the back post. Urged to be in the right spot and able to be able to score that one, and he was. And now just over 3 minutes remaining. We got a close game again. Spidey with the chance, gonna kind of fluff his shot there, hit it with his tires, not make the most of that. JDZ with a good read to give SFC some pressure over in the Phoenix end. Big ball here for Caliber is gonna find the San Francisco corner, gonna pop around and across the San Francisco net.
This will fall for Clobber to be able to send over the side. That one might be on frame, and it is. Hollywood ties this one up. 2 goals for Phoenix, responded immediately by 2 goals for the Cyborgs. We've got half a game to go. See Trips and Hollywood on the kickoff. Clobber send this one down with an opportunity to try to follow up, and is unable. This is starting to feel a lot like game one.
all over again, where SFC was able to run away. Huge pinch there for Coliber. Read off the crossbar. Trips not able to convert it. Just needed a little bit more patience. I understand the urgency he was coming with, and it's not gonna matter as Spidey is gonna find himself a nice tap-in off the pass from Coliber. Again, a fast-paced tap-in, but it's all about being in that right spot at the right time, and that's what Phoenix has been able to do here with this third goal and get themselves a lead yet again here in game 2.
Yeah, now we'll see if they're able to hold on to that. Again, the back and forth of goals up until this point in game 2, each team just trading 2 goals apiece to put us where we are right now, and then obviously Phoenix scoring the goal to put them ahead there. Just about a minute and a half left to go, a couple seconds more. San Francisco trying to push this into a 2-0 lead. If they can push that or clear that one away, they are, at least for the time being. Calabra's going to follow that. Father Time, though, faster to the ball, sends that all the way down. JDZ end up having that ball go straight off the ceiling and all the way back down to field. Neither team really having any shooting opportunity here for the past minute or so. We'll likely see Santa Fe start to move that line a little bit further up the field. No boost for Trips to be able to keep following up on that one. This will sit in front of goal, and they're able to clear it out just enough to keep themselves into this one.
Yeah, and San Francisco just barely hanging on there. Trying to fight to give themselves a chance here. And nothing has really opened up yet. And it seems to be like a little bit of a chance here for one team, and then immediately back to the other end for a chance for the other team.
Yeah, definitely a lot of back and forth, but really no real opportunity. And if San Francisco can't push this down to the other side of the field, this is really their last chance. Phoenix not pushing too high, so that one's not going to cost them. The ball's still in the air, but it'll drop down, and Phoenix able to tie the series. We are 1-1 going into game 3. Spidey, your MVP with 434 points. I will say the amount of shots for that Phoenix side is pretty overwhelming compared to the San Francisco side. A total of 12 shots for the Thunder compared to only 5 for the Cyborgs. Now, Cyborgs obviously making more per shot, but that, I mean, it just goes to show what kind of pressure Phoenix is putting on that SFC side, forcing them to make a lot of saves and consume a lot of boost in the process, making it difficult to get to the other side of the field.
Yeah, and that's something my team tries to thrive on, is you don't have to score every shot you take, but you have to start building pressure, and they have to waste boost, and then you take their boost, and it starts to become this thing where you drown them out and drown them out. So some teams like SFC might just be good at scoring great open field plays, you know, where they catch Phoenix with their pants down a little bit and hit a nice one, but it seems that Phoenix likes to score off of a lot of pressure over good amounts of time.
Now we'll see who's able to strike first in game 3. Spidey trying to put that down to Clobber, and they're going to do just that. Very nice connection from Spidey to Clobber. Able to put it just inside the post. Hollywood was up. It's not able to put any sort of read on that. Kind of forced his hand, making him try to get up and make himself big in front of that ball, and ultimately nothing doing. Now another opportunity, as that one's just going to go off the post. Phoenix is able to clear that away without being punished.
Yeah, and already chances at both ends. Phoenix with only one shot, able to convert theirs. Big pinch is going to be on frame. Spidey just needing the redirect high off the top corner, and Coliber going to find a tap in. as he slots it right back into the upper 90.
And that pinch looked a lot faster initially, but they're still able to slot that one home. Because, I mean, really, after that type of touch, it's really difficult for any team to get back and reset. So, well done by Phoenix to take advantage of that. And now with an early 2-0 lead, right where they want to be.
SFC trying to create a decent chance there as the ball keeps popping in front of the Phoenix end. Trips now the last Phoenix player, able to make a good read. Coliber double committing there. Gonna kind of atone for that double commit with his own read off the backboard. And now a lot of pressure for SFC. They keep winning these 50s high up in the air. It's starting to kind of take its toll on Phoenix as they're losing out on boosts. Just as I say that, a quick counterattack from Phoenix. Looking as though they all have over 100 boosts. Good pop ball here. Trip's going to be able to collect in front of the Phoenix end. Some close chances going both ways in this last minute.
Yeah, not a whole, I mean, definitely pressure on both sides. No real threatening chances, but and like we were talking about just a minute ago, you don't necessarily have to have every shot go in, but eventually with that pressure, something will happen. And just as we're talking about it, Hollywood able to cut the deficit in half. It's 2-1, and San Francisco is on the board.
And they're really starting to convince me here that that 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead to have. I know that's something that's said in soccer. Now in the last game being up 2-0 and letting SFC right back into it, and now in this one, SFC with a chance to get back into it after being down 2-0. And I can't remember the outcome, or excuse me, the start of game 1, but I do know that Phoenix only scored 2. SFC definitely gonna try to strike as the demo, and the shot just wide. Huge chance passed by for Phoenix. That looked like one to surely start to close Phoenix out, and man, what can you do about that?
I mean, and the idea was perfect. The wide open goal, just the one defender back, demo them, clear everything up, wide open goal. All you have to do is put it on frame. Just the execution, but Trip's gonna follow that one. That one looked good from about midfield as he went up and got this initial touch, and you just knew that he was gonna be able to follow that one down off the ground, and it almost, I think it
almost saved it.
You heard it too, right?
Yep.
He got another touch going the other way.
Definitely a little bit of a spooky set there. A spooky goal as Tripp's gonna make up for his miss a minute ago. Just completely scratch that off as he's gonna get 2 goals back to back. A nasty double tap right off the backboard. And then straight away off kickoff is gonna hit a heater down the pipe where there's no SFC defenders ready to make a save. And now this one looks like it's starting to unravel in favor of Phoenix and get out of hand rather quickly.
Yeah, everything for Trips now back in balance after missing the 1 goal. 2 really important goals immediately after, and now San Francisco trying to fight their way back with 90 seconds. They're going to need a goal here pretty early, and Clobber not interested at all as Phoenix really starting to run away with this one. It'll turn out that 2-0 lead that Phoenix once held should not come back to haunt them, being for whatever reason the unlucky score. It's another solid shot on goal is cleared away. Hollywood now going to try to follow this off the wall. Not able to connect, and now it'll fall down to Spidey, who just has to get it over Hollywood, but Hollywood's trying to push it all the way back down, off the post, almost off the other post. Then back to the corner.
Tripp's really testing his luck there. It's not what you want to do in the last minute of a game. Phoenix with another good chance. Now
JDZ.
SFC, oh, JDZ with a huge tap over the bar. It looked like it might have just gone straight in if he doesn't commit to that one.
Yeah, I think it probably was. It's always scary to go for that touch because, I mean, it's either going to just barely go over or it's going to be an own goal. But you got to go for that chance. And JDZ now able to put one in the back of the net, so it's 5-2. But with 21 seconds, probably not going to be enough, as Phoenix is still well in position to take game 3.
Yeah, it feels like more or less just a constellation unless some crazy chain of kickoffs happen here, and that rather dry kickoff doesn't seem to be the way to start what they would need to happen here in order to make a comeback.
Now
The
the final seconds will tick down. And the San Francisco side will look to reset and try to tie this series back up in game 4 to force a game 5. The ball will finally reach the ground.
Yeah, Phoenix just looking as strong as the 9-0 team can here. It's really starting to show through, I think, after they got, that being up 2-0 nerves out of their head. Like you're saying, the unlucky number for whatever reason, able to clear the hump and now secure a nice easy kind of cruise control victory. They were still working for those goals, but it didn't look like there was ever a doubt in their minds that they were going to win this one. And now a server reset requested by Father Time. 1 moment, please.
All right, we'll set this up and we will be back here in just a minute or two.
We look off the edge till the waves come crashing in, and we say our goodbyes to the ties that might have been. When the sky is getting dark and we're broken in our hearts, when we build homes in rise.
All right, a quick server reset later. We are ready to go again.
Yeah, both teams' pings looking okay. I'm not really sure if there's maybe just a little bit of disconnection problems there in that game. Seemed to be all right for the most part. This one's still looking all right. But as you said, a quick server restart, and now we're straight back into the action. Both teams looking to capitalize on this slight reset. Phoenix looking to seal the series away in the 3-1 win, taking all the points home. SFC trying to at least buy themselves to game 5 right now. Obviously still looking for the win as it's going to bounce around the Phoenix end off the crossbar. Misread for Spidey and a tap in for Hollywood. Almost in comical fashion, SFC is going to find themselves with the 1-0 lead.
That'll finally go in. 3 misses on that one before it finally ends up in the back of the net. Cyborgs with the start that they wanted. Of course, we'll see if they're able to hold that up or not. This one will make its way to midfield. Father Time gonna send it out across the midfield line. Missed there, but JDZ able to clean it up.
And now SFC looking for some pressure down the right-hand side of the field as they're going to try to connect a couple passes there, and the shot just narrowly off the post. It's a ball in the midfield. It's kind of a battle for anybody to win right now. Big 50 for Father Time. Might pop out in favor of SFC. There's a little bit of back and forth going on. Hollywood up off the Phoenix backboard. Shot going to be saved by Spidey with a slight touch there. Now Phoenix looking to regroup and try to find themselves some shooting opportunity.
Trips with a big clear will send that all the way down. Now Hollywood, the nice pass over. Phoenix is able to clear that one out. Now Trips, next one to touch, and Spidey will look to follow. He's going to put it off the corner. Gets a decent bounce. That'll end up on the nose of JDZ's car. Just like that, we're going back the other way. Clobber is going to put that off the back wall. Trips looking to put that one on frame. San Francisco is able to push it out just in time. Again, down to Clobber. Spidey has Trips to his left. He sees him there. The shot and the goal. Nice connection for Phoenix to tie this one up. Again, Spidey seeing Trips down. Gets it just over Father Time, and Hollywood not able to touch.
And I do now have some background context on a lot of the Fettuccine League and what's going on here. I do recall back to the preseason tournament after reading some of the comments. And this is, you know, it's a big matchup, especially for Phoenix to try to keep their undefeated record. But Phoenix did beat, I believe, Portland in the preseason tournament finals. Portland now being 9-1, Phoenix 9-0, looking to go 10-0. And these two teams, Portland, Phoenix, clashed with each other in the last week, fighting for that one seed. Obviously, both teams clinched in already, secured. But in terms of where Portland's looking at, I've noticed we've had a couple Portland players in our chat right now.
Oh.
And as I'm talking, Hollywood, what was that, a pull shot?
No, it was just kind of off. They were just driving next to each other, and it just sort of slammed one into the other. It wasn't even a shot as much as it was, hey, just sit there and let me slap this off your nose, and it works. A creative goal there from San Francisco, and it works out for them now. As long as Trips doesn't have another kickoff goal, they're in a decent spot.
Yeah, and just like that, SFC gonna find themselves another one from Father Time, and now a 3-1 lead. And it's starting to look like we might be seeing ourselves in Game 5 here, in what would be ideal for Portland. And that's gonna be a slugfest. That what I'm implying is that we might have to stream, Anderson.
Right. We absolutely would. And if that's the case, if this does go to Game 5, that means that all 3 series tonight on stream will have gone to a Game 5. As Clobber's going for the flip reset off of the ceiling.
Yeah, and an interesting time to do that. I mean, I guess they're still winning this series. You know, you still have time to make up the 2-goal deficit at hand. So maybe try to get something creative, maybe try to get one of those goals back in a fancy, flashy way. But
I mean, if Zen can do it, right?
oh, exactly. That's the whole the whole point.
That's an equal comparison. Clobber. The Trips with a nice touch. As that one might end up, just enough. Oh, I'm curious where that ball would have ended up without that extra touch, or if that was pushed just enough over to the corner to be able to keep it out. Last 15 seconds or so will tick off of the clock. Phoenix would need a goal pretty much right now, and that touch by JDZ will all but seal it. Watch these final seconds tick down and then head over to game 5. 4 points on the line for both teams, and for Phoenix rather, the perfect season potentially on the line. 7 shots that game by Trips, just the 1 goal. We continue to see that relentless pressure by them. Their conversion rate, not all that much, but if you throw that many balls at the net, eventually something is going to make its way in, either just by a skillful shot or by a mistake on the other team, and either one works just as well.
And just like that, this West Coast beatdown coming down to a game 5. What other way could this end? As you're saying, Phoenix's perfect season on the line now as they stare down this SFC team. In fact, as we start this game, I start to see a little bit of packet loss for myself. Curious if it's something we'll hear about from the players in a second here. Hopefully it's just my end, but
Everything's seeming to go well enough as of this point. Clobber, big save to avoid San Francisco going up 1-0 early. Hollywood not able to get as much on that as he would have hoped, but is able to get the secondary save and clear it off the crossbar. Pressure from Phoenix not gone yet, though, as Spidey's going to put that over to the corner. Trips the next one to follow, and that's going to go in just under the crossbar. Phoenix the first to strike in game 5.
And just like that, Hollywood doing everything right up until this moment in time when he almost panics a little bit to get a clearance away and just slings it right into the midfield. And Trips being one of the guys that you do not want staring down your goal with the free bouncing ball in the midfield, to just slides it home and gives Phoenix that early 1-0 lead. We have seen them give up their leads when they get them, but nothing they can't handle yet so far from SFC.
They've been okay over the last couple games in this position. Oddly, one of the teams that, at least right now, feels like you don't feel super comfortable with just that 1-0 lead, especially against the San Francisco side. Was that JDZ that just went up onto the roof of the goal and was ready to come out for the save?
That's what that appeared to be. Crazy moment for some of these FET players. I mean, who am I kidding? This is their daily routine right here.
I mean, we've got flip reset attempts off the ceiling. We've got, you know, I've seen the trick used plenty. Oh, is this one gonna go in? It is. Trips gonna make it 2-0, but again, I've seen that used just to, you know, get turned around and start heading back down on the other side of the field. But to go up and try to go for the save in that position, especially being down 1, maybe a little ill-advised, but I'm just in Linguini. Who am I to say?
And just like that, not even 2 minutes off the clock, off the kickoff, Spidey gonna find a nice easy cleanup. Good old-fashioned slap, but there for Phoenix. As that one's gonna sting SFC just a little bit. And now SFC kind of in a questionable place. I definitely wouldn't want to be in their shoes. We've seen them do it. They can do it, but the question is, will they do it? Trips with another chance here. Going to find it on the net. And now a hat trick here in game 5 for Trips. And this one is starting to become a blowout very quickly.
Yeah, the defense for this San Francisco side is just starting to implode after putting themselves in a really nice position. It's starting to slip away from them pretty quickly. Still half a game to go, so there's certainly enough time, but they're going to have to start making something happen here quickly, and that first goal can't come soon enough.
Oh man. Caliber finding himself a nice, easy connection in the air. Ball moving kind of fast across the midfield. Maybe he's going to be a little bit irritated with his teammate Trips. Either way is going to result in a goal, but now Trips taken away from Caliber's first goal of this game and taken away from his shooting percentage as well. If you care about the stats, that one definitely matters. And now Trips, another one, and this just goes from bad to worse.
Yeah, it just continues to get further and further away. 6 goals in half of a game is just unbelievable. And up until this point, what has been a very entertaining and you know, evenly fought series, it's really not the case anymore, as it looks like Phoenix will be able to hold on to their perfect record.
Well, don't Casters curse them just yet. We've seen it happen plenty of times. We say something and then something bad happens. Phoenix missing seemed to be maybe one of the easier chances they've had so far. Good pass across the midfield is going to be pushed away by Father Time. SFC is just looking for anything. Maybe a constellation, maybe a statement goal, but nothing connecting. And now Caliber going to take one back from Trips here. It's going to be 7-0 lead to Phoenix, as they just somehow continue to find the back of the net over and over and over again.
Yeah, I don't I'm kind of at a loss for words, I won't lie. And it's where this isn't how this San Francisco side has played this entire series. Either that or somehow Phoenix has just woken up, but I don't believe that's as much of the case. So we'll close in on just about 1 minute, a little more than 1 minute to go. Clobber start making his way to the other side of the field, looking to make it 8-0. Father Time to Hollywood, who has a chance, bumped away by Trips, and Father Time puts him on the board. Don't look now.
Don't look now. I feel like that one's a little out of pocket. Brazil set up here with 51 seconds remaining. I mean, if the game looks standing into Brazil, honestly, if I'm on the San Francisco roster, not for any reason in particular, but I just let one goal roll past our defense real quick.
I want to be perfectly clear. The don't look now was not to say don't look, you know, here comes the comeback. It was to say that the Brazil is on the board, which is not that much better, but I think a little better.
A little better for sure. I would have to agree with you there. SFC looking to create some kind of chance, able to beat out pretty much all of the Phoenix players up until Spidey was making a slow recovery. And now Spidey just throwing something on the San Francisco net. Maybe not trying to ruin his Brazil. Just under 10 seconds remaining. Will anyone score? Will anyone ruin the Brazil? Father Time gonna take a tap in now.
Will.
Preventing the inevitable Brazil from happening, and what will be too little too late, unfortunately, for SFC is going to leave Phoenix Thunder undefeated as they look to go forward and continue their stomping of this season and look to meet a 9-1 Portland in their last week of play. Very close matchup all the way up until the 5th game here, as Phoenix just got some running shoes and they just started running and didn't stop. I'm in full Forrest Gump mode here.
They really didn't. I mean, 1,037 points and 5 goals on 6 shots for Trips. Just absolutely went off in Game 5. Phoenix, again, will hold on to that perfect record. Neither of these teams, I mean, even with the loss for San Francisco, still sitting in a very comfortable position. come playoff time. I'll be curious to see if this loss affects their seeding in a way that is overly detrimental, but I really find it hard to believe that would be the case. So that is our last game of the night. Again, all 3 series going to a game 5 tonight. I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out with us and watching some very entertaining United Rogue Rocket League tonight. No upsets, giving just purely records, but again, some very good play from all squads across all leagues. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I want to give a big thanks to Oates, as always, for casting alongside me. It's always super helpful and very nice to have him around. That is it for the weekend. So, as always, if you want to try to get your team, if you're a captain or a player and you're trying to get on the main stream, reach out to your captain, have your captain fill out the submission form that we send out at the beginning of every week, and we try to fill a full night of streams pretty similar to this. So if you haven't been on stream yet and you want to be, definitely take advantage of that as the season sort of starts to wind down. So we'll see you back here next weekend for more United Rogue Rocket League. Until then, have a good night, y'all.
Peace.
Got a feeling it burns in my chest. It's growing larger with every breath I take. When I fight it, I hide it, it takes me down. Yeah, I know we created a mess. It's growing bigger with every choice we make. Yeah, we're here, we keep coming around. The more it itches, the higher we go, the harder we fall in and out of love. We should burn those bridges, never look back, but in the end we lose ourselves again. Together. Together. The energy, yeah, it's blacking me out. Being so close to you, I'm paralyzed. So I'm breathing it in, everything. Oh, the more it itches, the higher we go, the harder we fall in and out of love. We should burn those bridges and